Yo, what is up, guys? So, we're gonna be playing Super Bomb Survival on Roblox. Now then, I'm gonna start doing a thing where we're reviewing Roblox games. This is the first one we are doing, just flat out. The reason being, though, this is gonna be the first one, is because I'm gonna do a Blood Moon Tycoon review, but I'm gonna do that after we've done everything on it. This game in particular, though, I actually have done nearly everything on it, unless they've added stuff recently. I don't think they have, though. So, let's do a double check real quick. Yep, no. Got every skill, got every perk, even got the DLCs. We got everything. It's beautiful. Now then, for those of you wanting to know exactly what all we have a foot bomb. Yes, a foot bomb. It's literally just you have a foot bomb. It's like a football, but boom. Then I can make an ice tower to stand on. Ice spikes. Got Boo. This is one of the most effective things from Halloween, and the reason is just because it's a bomb on you that you use nearly instantly. Then you got the free staff. This is kind of like, you just kind of shoot it, and it's just like the fireball staff, except it's, I don't know if I want to say it's worse or better. Because it could be, it depends on the situation. Spring's cool because it's like to get around, although you could just use the super jump to beat it. Then you got Spooky Jump, which is an explosion and a jump from Halloween. Cow Traps, you just throw those down, their little spikes. You got Warp, you set a point, and then you can teleport to it whenever. Homing Missile, it'll shoot wherever you just dropped it. Piano, you drop piano on yourself. Healing Pulse, you can heal your teammates. And then heal, you can heal yourself. Rocket, you shoot a rocket straight forward with the rocket launcher. Stealth Mine, best PvP weapon right there. Reason being, you can even use it for movement if you stand on top of it and blow it up. So, yeah, that's what we'll be using for this. Anyway, though, you also got Ink Blast, Fireball, Gravity Pulse. Makes it so you can't, like, people can't jump around you. Mini Nuke, blow stuff up. Force Field, it's temporary invincibility. You got a Fake Coin, it's funny, but it's messed up. Don't do it. Then you got Dive. We should pick a map real quick. We're going over all of this. Let's do Neighborhood. Okay, anyway. So, where were we? Dive. Okay. You got a Freeze Mine. That's cool too. It's basically freezes everyone around it. Shock Mine. This is a cool AoE ability where you just shock everything around where you just threw it. Then you got the Pickaxe. You dig one spot under you. It's not that good. You got a Platform. It's decent for just standing in midair. Blast Force. It's... you just push people away from you. Confusion, people get confused around you. Trip Pulse, anything around you blows up. Hold up. Okay. So then you got Hover. Basically, your arms spin around in a circle and you can fly. Airstrike, you make a point, and that point, a missile's going to drop down on you. Stun Blast, you explode all around you, and enemies get hit by it, they get stunned, it's slowed down. Black Hole, people get sucked into it. Super Dash, you run ridiculously fast. Self-Destruct, you hurt yourself a lot. It is not that good, but it can destroy the environment, screwing people over. If you don't like somebody, you can use it to definitely kill them. Foot Bomb, you spawn a soccer ball, kick it, it explodes. You can throw a bomb, and you can do Super Jump, which is just a regular jump. The explosive jumps are better than it. So yeah, those are all the abilities. Also, we have perks, so we'll go over those in a second. Basically, though, this game, the way we're going to be doing reviews is we're just going to go over everything you can do in it. So, those were all the perks, or skills. Sorry. Here's the way the shop system works. So, this only affects the skills, not the perks. The perks are permanently priced at whatever they say. Skills, however, all skill prices go up. Like, for example, say you go into the shop and you bought a skill in movement. Skills in, offensive and defensive would go up in price. For some reason, movement is the cheapest, offensive is middle, and defensive is the most expensive. Legit, getting all of them, I wish they hadn't done the increase thing. I wish they would have just, like, kept it to where, like, it increases for that, like, skill type specifically. The reason is because the price gets ridiculous. Like, I think the last thing I bought was, like, 3,000 to 5,000-ish coins. And that's actually ridiculous, the fact that I had to buy multiple things that were at that price. And coins aren't that hard to come by, but they aren't that easy to come by. you'll see what I mean in a second. Whenever this is over, we'll get about, I think, what, 100 to 200 coins probably. We actually have a VIP thing. We've got a couple of game passes on this game that I actually got about the time. I think I only had 3 or 4 defensive items left, and those are the last items that I got. I also already had every perk by that point. Actually, I think I have every perk. Hold up, I should check that. Yeah, no, we have every perk. So yeah. Anyway, though, so that's kind of how the shop system worked. Now, here's the perks, though. You got Big Saver. By the way, perks were insanely expensive. I don't know why they made the perks as expensive as they were. Let's do Spelunker's Cave. I'll do my mines in a second. So you got Big Saver. Collecting coins gives you health. It's kind of useful, kind of not. Panic Shield's actually kind of good for a new player because you get hit and then you can't take more damage for another like second or two. This is just kind of like a PvP thing. You die, a bunch of bombs are left where you died. This makes it impossible for you to be knocked down by explosives and shocking things and stuff like that. This just makes you run faster. This makes it so that you don't get knocked around as much, gives you plus 25 health, makes you immune to fire, and lava takes, well, like, a little bit longer to kill you. It's like 2 more seconds. Second Wind, if you survive most of the round, meaning, you know that 2.5 minutes, you survive the half of it, you will get fully healed after that. This makes your skills recharge quicker, which is kind of cool. Then you got Foolhardy, which is you're immune to status effects, things like this that stun you. You'll also be immune to things that like knock you down, like make it so that you can't jump anymore, or things that keep you stunned on the ground for a while. So yeah. And then you got these. So Tank, you get 50 extra health, but you lose your walking speed, meaning you walk a lot slower. Double Jump, it lets you double jump. High Jumper, you jump ridiculously high compared to your normal jump. Combine these two, you jump insanely high. Also, we're not letting that hit us. Anyway. So, then you got Treasure. You can see coins through the map. Pizza Lover, you get twice as much health if you eat pizza that drops from the sky. And this makes you fall slower, which is kind of cool. Okay, anyway, so this is the mine real quick. Oh no. I launched myself right into it. Basically, though, if you drop the mine, you can either hurt people with it, which it's a lot better at the start of the map when it's not all destroyed, but you can either drop it to blow people up, or you can use it to get around by dropping it on the ground under you, jump in the... So, let it charge up on the bar, jump, press it, boom. Yeah. So, you can use that to get to ridiculously high places. You can also use it to kill other players that you don't like. Anyway, so now we're going to go over the bomb types. So, first off, you have... Actually, I'm just going to go in order of what's, like, least dangerous to dangerous. So, basically, you've got regular bombs. If we see one in a second, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's right there. That's a regular bomb. Those drop down. They explode. They do a little bit of damage. Next, you've got decently bigger bombs right there. They actually do slightly more damage. I think it's like 10 or 20 points more, and they also destroy a huge part of the environment. Next, you have soccer ball bombs. Now, you've got the regular soccer ball bomb and the super soccer ball bomb. The red ones are super. The regular, like it just looks like a soccer ball, is the regular. Now, the difference between the two is a regular one blows up slower and has a smaller explosion doing less damage. The bigger one, obviously, it's red. It does bigger explosion, more damage. Next off, you have the little green spiky balls. If anyone touches those, they explode, like over the course of like 3 or 5 seconds. And it's something that if you get used to using them, you can actually like step on one after it rains from the sky, because they don't blow up on their own. They only blow up to touch, and you touch it, and it'll kill whoever you land, like it next to, or kick it next to. Next off, you have status effect bombs. Well, you've also got like nukes and stuff like that. Those drop. I can point those out as those fall too. So you got like missiles that'll drop from the sky. They normally target somebody. If you see a green one, it's like heat seeking. It'll pick one player to target. It'll blow up when it hits that player or hits somebody else. The best way to avoid those if they're targeting you is either run around the map, because they do have a timer and will blow up eventually, or just take cover behind a wall and they'll blow up eventually on that wall. Or, you know, have another player jump in between you, alert to another player. Now, that's a napalm bomb. That's not the napalm one specifically, but it looks like one. There's also a like nuke that'll fall from the sky, lighting things on fire. Now that's the electricity bomb. Obviously, shocks the ground. That is an egg bomb. Watch it very closely, my dudes. Here it comes. Does that little ticking, and it's a bigger explosion than the big bombs. Okay, next off, you've also got super big bombs. They are bombs that will drop from the sky. They're honestly about the size of half of this pillar. Okay, there's a red soccer ball. That's a gravity thing. It makes it so that you can't jump whenever you get hit by it. Also, this is the napalm. Yeah. Any block that it destroys won't get this effect, but the blocks around them do. Basically, they turn into that, and stepping on them will hurt you badly. Okay, that's a squid bomb. I forgot what activates them, but they blind people whenever they actually activate on you. That's a tracking bomb. It'll pick a player to follow and then roll after them. This is the bomb that you touch, and it explodes. It's a big explosion. Yeah. Okay. We're actually getting over, like, everything in this game really fast. It's not that complicated of a game. Like, it's just a lot to take in if you're taking it all in at once. Okay, and then... that is the stereo system that creates a gravity portal that sucks in everything around it. Yeah, and the way you can tell that soccer ball's active is because it's beeping. And then it blows up. Another Easter egg bomb. Anyway, though, so that's a gravity stereo. If you see a pink version of that stereo, though, it has a opposite effect. See, the gravity one, like, drags people into it. The pink one, though, pushes people far away. That's an electro mine. And then, just see if there's anything else. There's also big nukes and tiny nukes. The difference between the two is, if you see a big nuke, it can wipe out half the map. Like, just flat out. You'll know them when you see them, though. Anyway, the basis of this game, though, yeah, if you notice, we're getting like 74 coins at a time. Okay. So, the way this game works, though, is if the more people survive out of the total lobby, like, for example, I'm the only one who lived, which is stupid because that means that the team, like, everybody sucked. If they actually survive, though, if the majority of people in your lobby survive, this bar will go up to a higher multiplier. Like right now it's at 1.15, the lowest it can go to is a 1. Actually, I think it can go lower, but basically it goes lower if more people die, and it goes higher if more people live. If it goes higher, though, the map will be a lot harder to survive in. The maximum it can go to is a 5, but if it is at a 5, you get a lot more coins. Like, right now we're making, like, what, 74? That's what that said? Yeah, even without, like, killing people, which, by the way, if you kill people, you can get, like, an extra, it's like an extra, it'll have a little point thing in the bottom left above where your PvP weapon is, but basically, when that says 100, it means, like, 50 coins, so it's, like, half your PvP score. But even without that, though, you can have, like, 100, 200, 300, if you just survive a 5, ranked match. Normally, lobbies stay around the 1 to 3 range, depending on if people are actually doing PvP. If people are doing PvP, then it's more likely that people won't survive. I haven't played this in a while, so I'm pretty bad at PvP. But see, though, that number just popped at the bottom, so we're going to get an extra 2.5 coins. However, 2.5 isn't a number that it'll give you 2. Yeah, it doesn't round up. It's really stupid, but it doesn't round up. I don't know what to tell you about that. Okay, and that's a pumpkin bomb. The way those work is they appear for a second, they turn invisible, and then they reappear right as they blow up. You can tell where they are, though, by the purple glow. Also, it'll reappear for a few seconds, so you'll be able to see it for a little bit. Yeah, so see, now we're going to get 25 coins. Yep, there's the push one. Okay, and that is an incendiary bomb, not a missile. What that does is anything it hits gets lit on fire. And then that's dynamite. If an explosion happens near the dynamite, it lights the fuse, the dynamite turns red and glowing, and then it explodes for a ridiculously huge explosion. Also, yeah, that's our stats compared to everyone else in this lobby. You can tell I put some decently, like, long amount of time into this game. It's a nice game, in all honesty. If we're rating it out of 10 stars, though, like, because I am going to start rating Roblox games that are on Xbox, we're going to rate them out of 10 stars. I would probably put this at an 8. Because, here's the logic with that. The scale we're going to do, basically, is going to be 1 star implies that the game was not playable or there was really nothing in it. 2 star implies that it was playable, but the controls weren't that, like, good. Like, for example, if anyone's played that, somebody made, like, a Boku no Hero thing. It's actually in the top of the popular games right now. It's one of the top ones. The controls are just terrible. You can't use your abilities even. There's no point in playing. Like, you can use the abilities if they're at the end of a combo, but aside from that, like, if you get stuck with specific abilities, there's no point in playing. Also, like, because of the way the buttons are set up, you can knock yourself out of a chat just by, like, trying to jump or trying to continue the conversation. And then, though, 3 stars are going to be if the game is playable, the controls are okay, but the game itself is just bad. Like if everything about it is just god-awful, then 3 stars. 4 stars is going to be if it's god-awful, but you can at least play with friends. Like, and it's co-op. Like, so a co-op tycoon, basically. 5 stars is going to be literally if it is anything that you could waste your time on. It's not particularly fun, but it could be a time passer. 6 stars is going to be if it's just, you know, like it's a time passer and it does have fun moments in it. You know, even if, like, you're not playing with friends or anything, it has fun moments. 6 is going to be if it's actually creative, fun, there's cool abilities and stuff or anything like that, but the game's still kind of lacking. 7 is going to be if the game has anything special compared to regular Roblox games and it's actually fun. Then we're going to go just, like, straight to 8 if it is a creative. Like, if there's nothing like it, it's going to be an 8. But it has to be good with nothing like it. It can't just be, like, something so terrible that nobody could mimic it. And then to be a 9, it has to be creative, have to have actually good, like, decent scripts in it, which, if you know what scripts are, it's the way the game works, basically, the coding behind it. It's what makes things do stuff. Like, for example, when a bomb blows up, why does it knock down these buildings? So, yeah. Then for it to be a 10... we're just gonna put that as, like, it's a godsend. Like, God just decided one day, I will send down this game, and all those who play Roblox shall enjoy it. So, yeah. That'll be how that works out. This game, though, does deserve a solid 8. The reason being, though, is literally, there isn't anything like it. There might be. I haven't found it. On Xbox, there's at least not. And Xbox is cross-console compatible. The problem with that is, though, is it doesn't have everything transferred onto it. And the reason's because, obviously, there's some games that aren't set up for it. And some games that aren't set up for it are on it, which is weird. Like, I'll get to those when we get to those. But, yeah. I mean, overall, though, this game, it's creative. We'll do one match with a movement ability. Let's go with the platform. Yeah. If you don't notice, we've got movement speed on and double jump. Also, our votes count as 3 votes because of our VIP pass. If you're wondering what game passes we have vote priority, and we've got triple coins. It makes it so that if you pick up coins, you get triple. It doesn't make it so that, like, you get triple the rewards at the end of a match, though. I just got those because one day I had extra Roblox after I got some stuff for my avatar. I actually wanted to make this character look cooler. Which, I mean, my avatar looks cool sometimes. I've actually got a decent amount of hats and stuff like that. I try to keep them looking cool. Sometimes I'll log in on my computer just so I can get, like, some free monthly gear. Wish I had Builders Club, but I don't. Anyway, that's what this is. So yeah, we get this huge platform. And it lasts until that bar is empty. Although I can't see the bar because we're streaming, so yeah. I'll know exactly when it empties though. So that's a plus. Here though. So I hope it gave y'all a good example and review of this game. It's a fairly good game. I do think that there could have been some better parts to it. Like, I wish the double jump made you jump slightly higher on its own instead of you requiring high jump. Because the jump is just slightly less than what I'd want it to be for a double jump. Because, look at this. Okay, you barely get a second jump. That's not a full double jump. That's like you doing a barrel roll, which gets you like an inch higher. It's like jump and roll. Yeah, we just barely dodged that. Okay. Oh, okay, that's a big bomb. That's incendiary. Yeah, and also there's also cluster bombs. I forgot what they look like. They're really big though, I know that. If they explode though, what they do is they explode releasing tinier bombs that explode everywhere. And they normally, if one blows up, it goes straight down to the bottom of the map where there's lava. Okay, also there are teapot bombs. Basically, if they get hit by force... Yeah, it wasn't force because there wasn't an explosion or anything. Basically, though, if they get hit by an Aw, we killed ourselves. Perfect. Now, if they get hit by an explosion, though, they make a steaming sound like a tea kettle about to, like, it's ready. And when that happens, it then blows up, and it is a really huge explosion. So, yeah. I think that covers everything. I might have missed, like, 2 bomb types. I feel like I missed at least 2. But all things being said, though, because there are a few things that only come when you're at higher like factors over here, the intensities, and we're not gonna hit that in most servers because most people are bad at this game, or they just die doing stupid stuff like we did. We were just jumping down there because we were gonna look at that thing and we died from it. So yeah, though, I mean the game though it's fun. I suggest playing it at least a little bit. Don't overplay it like I did. Play like these people. Get like 20 wins. Feel cool about yourself. So yeah. If you wanted a good tip, also, here are just my pro tips for this. Always start off with movement or defense. Don't do offense. Offense is, if you want coins and you want to make people mad, just remember this. If you do that, they will try to kill you if you stay in that lobby for a while. And that'll mean you're more likely to die. However, if you stick with movement, you are less likely to die. If you go with defensive, you can still hit people, but you won't be killing them. And also some things you use in defensive heal people even, which if you're healing people, then those people will normally want to keep you alive and they'll normally stick near you. Also, you might get the ability that heals yourself, which in that case, you get to live a lot easier. Also though, another thing to remember is defensive is the most expensive, offense is the medium, movement is the cheapest. If you decide to get defensive and then something else, get defensive, and then after you get all the defensives, get movement. Worry about offensive last. It'll be cheaper in the long run. If you want to go in the actual order for the way to make it the cheapest possible after getting everything, get defensive, then get offensive, then get movement. So, yeah, those are some tips. Movement, in my personal opinion, it's the thing I started off with, and I can honestly say it is the best. Defensive, though, is the most creative. There are some things in there that are random. Like, the being able to heal people thing I thought was cool. But if y'all know what I mean by random, the best example is this. Okay, slowing down enemies around you, it's cool. It doesn't do anything, though. Like, why? Same with confusion. It's the same thing, except they can't use skills. Like, you know, it's... And then you got this trip pulse. Okay, you can knock people over. Like, if anything, getting defensive, if you get those abilities, most of those are just because you want to stand out, because most people don't have them. Most people go with offensive first, because they think that's the way to go. So, if you want a pro tip, though, movement or defensive, don't do offensive. You can, I'm just saying it'll be a lot better for you in the long run to not do it. However, if you do defensive last as what you're buying, it'll be ridiculously expensive, so try to make that your first or second, like, skill choices. And with that, after we survive this round, I think we'll be done. Let's get a bird's eye view of how destroyed this place is. There's even lava, somebody else died. Somebody's up there. Okay. This was nice. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed watching this. And also, before we go, I'm going to do one thing real quick. AFK on. Okay, so here are my stats. I have played this for that long. Yeah. By the way, if you're wondering, that is actual time in the arena of me actually playing the game. That's 608 rounds, each round being 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I've won 485 out of those rounds, so I've won the majority. I've not eaten that much pizza. I mean, like, I eat pizza in the matches a few times. I've gotten 1,000 credits from actual pickups. Now then, winning an intense win, that is at a 5 intensity. Those are rare to get into, but if you get into them, they're rewarding. They're also insanely hard, so if you're in one, try to survive. After you survive one, by the way, it goes back down to an intensity of 1. Next off, hardcore wins. Hardcore mode, if you turn it on, it is right here in the options menu. Like, you press Y, go into options. Now then, you can also turn on and off PvP. You'll make less coins, though, for doing that. Hardcore mode, though, your health is lowered to 10. You can't use perks, but you earn more credits. So, yeah, I've won 2 of those matches. It isn't easy. Like, just flat out, it is not easy. Anyway, though, so I hope y'all had fun watching. And for our next review, I don't know what I'm going to do, but yeah. This is going to be a review, though, for Xbox One exclusively. I might do PC, but probably not, because I don't play on my PC that much anymore. I used to play on it a lot. If anyone knows of the, like, Bleach RPGs and One Piece RPGs, and the One Piece RPGs, like, the really good ones that used to exist, now I know for a fact they got taken off Roblox. Somebody else stole them and put them back up. And when they did, they, like, all the stats reset, and then they increased the caps by messing with the script a little bit. But in the One Piece game specifically, when the cap was 80, I was at that, and then when the cap got raised to 160, I actually hopped back onto Roblox and played that a little bit. Then in the one Bleach RPG, I think it was made by Ryukar. Is that it? No, it wasn't Ryukar. Frick, I don't remember who it was made by. I know somebody with that gamer tag made a Bleach RPG, but no, it wasn't that one. Because that was the one that like got hacked a lot and then got taken off Roblox because it was literally just a place people went and do to mess with the script, like in game, which is against Roblox rules, but people would just make new accounts. I don't remember which, was it Hollow's Return? It might have been that one. I don't remember who made that one though. I know, oh yeah, Hollow's Return was the one that I got all the game passes except for the Oronkar one, and I got to level, I think, 26,000. Pretty sure that's what I was at. So yeah. I mean, like, I play games on Roblox decently. I used to play them a lot more, but I play them decently. So, hope y'all had fun watching this, and anyway, next time I will see y'all in probably either another game review or one of my other streams, because I post all my streams on YouTube. This is specifically for YouTube. This is in a stream, but it's for YouTube. So yeah, hope y'all had fun watching, and I will see y'all next time.